Elvis was surrounded by thousands of screaming fans, yet he died feeling completely alone. How is that possible? And here's the harder question. How can a loving Christian couple who prays together, serves together, even sleeps in the same bed feel isolated?
Mm-hmm. Ecclesiastes says, 2 are better than 1, for if either of them falls, one can help the other up. But what happens when you're together and you still feel alone?
After 34 years of marriage, we can tell you this. Loneliness doesn't disappear just because you love God or each other. In this video, we're going to show you why spiritual couples still feel alone and the 3 shifts that will turn roommates back into best friends. Let's dive in. Point number 1. External success does not fix internal emptiness. We recently saw that new Elvis movie, Epic, Elvis Presley in concert. And in that movie, he had a line where he was talking and he said, even in a large crowd, I feel lonely. So he had fame, he had influence, he had applause, but none of those things fixed what he had inside. But Christian couples can fall into the same trap.
Right.
You can serve in church, you can lead a Bible study, you can raise great kids and build a strong reputation, but still feel emotionally disconnected.
That's right.
Psalms 127 verse 1 tells us, unless the Lord builds a house, the builders labor in vain. Sometimes we focus on building the house and forget to nurture the hearts inside of it.
Wow.
Public strength does not guarantee private intimacy.
That's powerful. That's really powerful. So you're saying couples tend to focus on all the necessities they've got to have, make sure they have food and clothing, shelter, everything the kids need. They're taking care of all the basics and doing their jobs and building the house, which they're not bad things, but they're not the main thing, right? Their marriage should be the main thing, and having that private time where their hearts are being nurtured in their marriage. And then out of that, of course, they can nurture the hearts of their children too.
Point number 2, the applause fades. Or you go through seasons of a marriage. There's changes in your marriage. You know, for Elvis, the crowds went home. But your kids grow up. Maybe they grow up and leave. Ministry seasons change. When the noise stops, what's left? We've seen it time and time again where couples become empty nesters. They've done a great job of raising their kids. Their kids are successful. They go off to college. They're doing great. But they focus so much on the kids and other things that they've not worked on their friendship, and they don't know who each other. They don't feel known by their spouse, and they don't know their spouse. And we've seen what's called the gray divorce rate, where it has just spiked in the last couple of generations. It just tripled in the last couple of generations. But not so for you. Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Marriage was never meant to be a solo performance.
Right.
It was meant to be sharpening. So as Teresa and I grow and as we interact, we should always be sharpening each other. What does that
That's
mean?
right.
We should always be encouraging each other to grow spiritually.
Yes, that's so good.
Spiritually and intellectually.
That's right. And we remind each other of things, what about this that we talked about some years ago we wanted to do one day, or, have we been taking time once a year to just get away for a weekend and, things like that. We try to sharpen each other and make sure the marriage is getting tended, like a garden. You can't just let the weeds come in and overtake the garden.
Your marriage is meant for sharpening, so you're meant to grow in all four areas of intimacy: spiritual intimacy, emotional intimacy, intellectual intimacy, and physical intimacy. If you're not growing, then you're stagnant. You got to encourage each other to grow.
Keep growing.
You have to challenge each other to grow. Go on and challenge each other. Whenever one of you sees the other one, maybe they're not speaking words of life. Maybe they're speaking words of death, and challenge them on that. I'll never get this right. Or I'm so dumb. I can't believe I keep doing this. Challenge that other person on that.
Yes,
and help them elevate their thinking. Your thinking affects it. It really does. The way you think affects your acts. It really does. And when you're together, be together. When you're present with each other, be present with each other.
That's right.
You make it when you talk. You make eye contact. You put the phone down. You turn the TV off.
Right.
And when you're there, you're there. You're not multitasked. You don't need to multitask at home. You don't need to keep an eye on everything. Be present. Be where you are and be there.
Yes, that's good.
Give your spouse your undivided attention.
And we also need to maintain friendship, and that's something that really kind of was the starting point for our whole creating this podcast. Was we know that our friendship is how our marriage actually got started. So we became aware some years into our marriage, well, we've kind of lost that friendship that we had, and we need to go back to maintaining a friendship, building a friendship. And if you never heard that concept, it's very vital for your marriage to stay strong, for your marriage to have fun, and to enjoy intimacy in all the different areas of intimacy. So we encourage each other in our friendship.
Now, if your connection to each other only exists in public, it won't survive in private.
No.
That's just common sense. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt alone sitting right next to your spouse? Let me assure you, you're not alone and you're not broken. You're human and you're not the only one. If you like a free resource, our 7-day devotional for Christian couples called From Lonely to Best Friends Again, look down in the comments below. You'll find a link for it, and you can have that absolutely free. Point number 3, friendship lasts. This is where everything shifts. Even in John 15:15, Jesus said, I no longer call you servants, but I call you friends.
That's right.
Jesus defines a deep relationship as friendship.
And he was going to make sure his disciples knew everything that was on his heart and everything the Father was telling him. And that's the same that you do in your marriage. You let your spouse know everything that's in your heart, what God is talking to you about, what your concerns are, and you share that together and have that deep relationship. That's so powerful. Romance is not going to maintain a marriage, but friendship will.
Right. And so many marriages, they exist on the busyness. Their calendars are so full of stuff that it crowds out real closeness.
That's right.
So, but marriage, you're in a Christian marriage, you're in a holy matrimony, but it isn't sustained by just that alone. It's sustained by the emotional safety, honest conversation, shared laughter, and intentional time, right?
That's so good. That's so good. I love that emotional safety, because you're not going to share with one another what you're thinking, what you're feeling, unless you feel safe in each other's presence, and you have to be ready to be vulnerable, but know that it's a safe place in your marriage. God put your marriage together. You both love each other, and the Lord will give you the right words to say so you're not hurting your spouse if they're allowing you to see into their heart and be vulnerable before you, ask the Lord to help you have the right words to say so you have that closeness, but without injuring each other when your guards are down, when you're trying to be honest and, even bringing up concerns. It shouldn't offend your spouse if you're bringing up a concern. They need to be ready to listen and say, okay, together we're going to find out what to do about this. And, of course, pray about it together.
Right. True friendship lasts. And friendship is built, it's not assumed. If this video resonated with you, if you ever felt alone while sitting right next to the person you love more than anyone in the entire world, don't ignore that feeling.
That's right.
God didn't design your marriage for silent distance. We create a free 7-day devotional called From Lonely to Best Friends Again. It's designed to help you reconnect emotionally and spiritually one day at a time, and it's completely free. And there's a link down in the comments. And if this message resonated with you, take a second and hit the like button. That's help us reach more couples who are smiling in public but struggling in private. So let's start out with a devotional. And if you would like to see more videos about establishing and building, enhancing your spiritual intimacy with each other, check out this playlist, and we'll see you over there.